Joining us now to talk about what's really happening down there is NEWSMAX correspondent and retired captain from the Texas Department of Public Safety, Jaeson Jones. Good to see you again.
Hey, it's good to be with you.
I enjoyed looking at the photos and the video, the exclusive photos that you shared with us late yesterday that show how smuggling organizations are working for various cartels to bring families, full families, little kids over the border. This is something you're not seeing the mainstream media cover much of, partially because we're not allowed down there. But tell us about what you saw and in some of these pictures that we're looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear a lot about, the cartels flood a zone to take all of the resources from other areas. That way they can move high values upriver or downriver, and also the drugs into the country illegally. But no one usually gets the visual image of that. And so what you're seeing exclusively here on NEWSMAX is those images from law enforcement officers' cameras. Take a look real quick. Now, all of these cameras are in La Grulla, Texas. That's a small community just outside of McAllen in Starr County. And look at the times and notice many of these camera photos are just minutes apart,
right,
because they're flooding the zone right there. But look at the very last photograph here. What you're going to see is a single male. And I want to focus on this individual for a second.
Jaeson, hold on. I want to get that photo up because this is the photo that I had several questions about. Okay, we're going to freeze it on this photo right now. Now take it from there.
You bet. So you get back-to-back family units surging, but then upriver, this is where they send the single male. Now look at this photograph for a second. Now he's clean-shaven. You can tell he's not been in stash houses for over 30 days.
He's got new shoes on.
Oh, brand new shoes. And notice he's on the cell phone. That's because guides in Mexico are telling him exactly where to go to get to a stash house. Now, luckily, Border Patrol, as they had surged to go after the family units, state police officers were available. This is where, when we go from border security to migrant care, you hear me talk about. Notice you don't even see his shoes muddy. They're not wet at all.
Right.
Because he's considered by the cartel high value. These are the individuals we worry about. Now, he was arrested. He was found to be a Dominican. And I'll promise you, based on how he's dressed and the way he operates, he's some type of criminal organization working with the cartels.
So this, just because I don't know much about it, Jaeson, sorry to interrupt you. So this gentleman that we're looking at here, we think he is somehow involved with the cartels, and he was arrested?
He was.
Okay,
and
because you're right. He doesn't look like any of the other migrants that we've seen. He looks like he's purposeful.
Yeah, not at all. And this is a great visual to finally really be able to put it into context what law enforcement sees every single day, 24/7, 365 on the ground to the folks out there.
Are these organizations targeting families because, like you said, the Border Patrol is focused on much larger groups?
Yeah, they do. I mean, you got to remember, the cartels will tell you, people are the gift they keep giving,
right,
because they're a mobile commodity. You can move them wherever you want them to go and use them to your advantage. And this is how the cartels operate so that they can control the southwest border. Now, you remember, they have operational control. Federal government doesn't want the American people to realize that. But this is how you can move 172,000 people into the country in a 30-day period, and countless drugs that are now sweeping across this country, because this is where I get real concerned. I'll be very frank with you. People are one part of this. Never mind all of the drugs that are now flowing into the country. And I will tell you, as we transition from that border security model into this migrant care, New Mexico, Arizona, and California have not done that. Right. So the drugs are sweeping into the country in those other states. And that's a real problem when we're looking at 88,000 overdose deaths in the United States from August of 2020 to August of 2019. We've never been here.
Yeah, we're talking about thousands of tons of drugs. It makes every single state in the U.S., doesn't matter where you live. Oregon is now a border state because of the drugs that are pouring across our southern border, those 4 states that you mentioned. Quickly, we only have a moment left, but Kamala Harris, 3 weeks ago today, President Biden appointed her to manage this crisis. She's yet to even hold a press conference and tell the American people how we're going to solve the problem. Joe Biden, I have no idea what's going on at the White House. He hasn't been there. He hasn't talked much about it. Does that surprise you at this point?
It does. And, there's a real trickle-down effect to that in the leadership model all the way down through the Homeland Security enterprise. Not only have they not come to the southwest border or even addressed it, as you're mentioning, where is the FBI leadership on this? Where is DEA administrator? Where is the Homeland Security enterprise to help secure that border and help CBP? This is where collaboration matters. And for me, I'll tell you, it's a leadership issue, and I'm extremely frustrated about what we're seeing, because make no doubt what happens at that border affects every American.
Self-inflicted, too, Jaeson Jones. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate your time, as always. Very, very interesting to see those photos. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we got a lot more coming up here on Wake Up America. Stay with us. We'll be right back.